Magandang hapon po sa ating lahat. Today we come together to recognize 10 exemplary individuals whose lives reflect the finest qualities of our people. This year's ceremony holds even greater significance as we mark the 40th anniversary of the Metrobank Foundation Outstanding Filipinos program. For 4 decades, this recognition has been the country's foremost career service award, honoring the growing number of teachers, soldiers, and police officers whose work, though often quiet and unseen, has changed lives in profound and lasting ways. As one of our awardees from Tawi-Tawi has humbly shared, hindi ko nga inakala na kahit nasa dulo na kami ng mundo, makikita nyo yung mga ginagawa namin. In those few words lies the essence of what this recognition stands for. The assurance that no act of service, no matter how far or humble, goes unnoticed when it springs from a genuine desire to help others. And from the farthest reaches of our islands, our awardees now stand at the very heart of our nation in the Heroes Hall of Malacañan, welcomed by no less than the President of the Republic of the Philippines. Your Excellency, your presence and gracious hosting of this ceremony remind us that the government truly sees and values the quiet labor of public servants who work far from the spotlight for the true good of the nation. For this honor, sir, and for the warmth with which you have received our outstanding Filipinos, we extend our deepest gratitude. We are also grateful to our institutional partners from the Department of Education, the Commission on Higher Education, the Armed Forces of the Philippines, the Philippine National Police, PS Bank, and the Rotary Clubs of Makati Metro and New Manila East, along with our distinguished 2025 Metrobank Foundation Board of Judges for the Search for Outstanding Filipinos. Your support has made this long-standing legacy possible. The journey that Metrobank Foundation began in 1985 has come a long way, but the mission remains to use recognition to advance a stronger nation and inspire all of us to believe that even in challenging times, there is always hope, because our awardees prove that there are genuine stories of service and sacrifice for the common good within our midst. Welcome everyone again to this milestone celebration. Thank you for joining us in honoring this year's Metrobank Foundation Outstanding Filipinos and in celebrating 4 decades of excellence that endures, service that inspires, and impact that grows. Mabuhay po tayong lahat.
Thank you, Mr. D. We now come to the highlight of our program this afternoon, the awarding of the Medallion of Excellence to the 2025 Metrobank Foundation Outstanding Filipinos. May we request President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr. to lead the awarding of the Medallion of Excellence, to be assisted by Metrobank Group and Metrobank Foundation Chairman Arthur V.T., GT Capital Holdings Vice Chairman Alfred V.T., Mr. Philip Francisco D., and Mr. Aniceto Sobrepeña. To receive the awards, may we call on stage Police Master Sergeant Ivan A. Velasco, PNP's Crusader for Environmental Protection. Police Master Sergeant Velasco is a multi-awarded police officer whose work reflects a deep commitment to transformative policing and national service. Thank you. Thank you. Police Major Elmira A. Relox, Tawi-Tawi's torchbearer of healing and compassion. Police Major Relox is a female police officer who has transformed Tawi-Tawi's fight against human trafficking, building lasting systems for protection and justice. Thank you. Police Colonel Frederick E. Obar, Ilocos Norte's Police Innovator of Transformative Reforms. Police Colonel Obar holds a distinguished career spanning over 3 decades, a visionary whose innovations in police training and community engagement have strengthened public safety and trust. Thank you. Underwater Operations Man First Class, Anro Anthony M. Turalio, Philippine Navy Specialist Defender against Violent Extremism. Underwater Operations Man Turalio has played a vital role in explosive ordnance disposal and training, helping thousands of uniformed and civilian personnel stay safe from bomb threats and IEDs. Thank you. Colonel Ricky L. Canatoy, Philippine Army, Misamis Oriental's Vanguard of Peace and Development. Colonel Canatoy is a pioneer in dismantling key insurgent groups while restoring peace and development in conflict-affected communities in Misamis Oriental. Thank you. Colonel Joey T. Fontiveros, Philippine Army, AFP Cyber Ranger in Defense and Security. Colonel Fontiveros is the first commander of the AFP Cyber Command and has led key initiatives to strengthen our military's cyber defense capabilities, pioneering the institutionalization of cybersecurity across sectors. Thank you. Mr. Noel V. Sadinas, Nueva Vizcaya's champion for global citizenship education, revolutionizing education in Nueva Vizcaya and championing indigenous people's education, shaped next awardees' journey as an educator, transforming communities into global citizenship education villages. Thank you. Engineer Amando Perfecto C. Molin. Los Baños' mentor for future leaders. Engineer Molin pioneered globally recognized programs that blend STEM innovation with values-driven learning, empowering students to tackle real-world issues and cultivate empathy. Thank you. Dr. Maylene M. Uy, Lanao del Norte's trailblazing chemist for nation building. Dr. Uy has devoted over 3 decades to advancing chemistry education and research in the Philippines, mentoring students who have gone on to achieve national and international acclaim. Thank you. Dr. Angelo Mark P. Walag, Cagayan de Oro City's pioneer for experiential learning. Dr. Walag has institutionalized sustainable, learner-centered reforms that bridge academic scholarship with practical application, significantly enhancing instructional capacity across various educational sectors. Thank you. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, the 2025 Metrobank Foundation outstanding Filipinos. Thank you, Mr. President. To deliver the response on behalf of the awardees, may we invite 2025 Metrobank Foundation Outstanding Filipino Teacher, Dr. Angelo Mark P. Walag.
Imagine yourself in a classroom, attending the subject you like the least. The teacher is lecturing, but the lesson feels so monotonous that you would rather sleep than listen. This is the reality many students face today, not just in grade school, but even up to graduate school. Attention spans are shorter than ever, and this is the challenge teachers encounter daily. Finding new, innovative, and creative ways to spark curiosity and sustain engagement, even for just an hour. We often hear teachers naturally possess the passion and creativity to make every class come alive. But in truth, that is not always possible. Many teachers are overwhelmed with countless non-teaching and administrative tasks. Too often, they are robbed of the precious time needed to design meaningful and engaging learning experience. And yet, despite these challenges, I stand here today with men and women who rise above the demands of their calling, who, in their own ways, teach, protect, and inspire. We share the same calling to serve the Filipino people with excellence and compassion. There are days when it feels like we are wading against the tide. Too many tasks, too few resources, and never enough hours in a day to do what we love most, to serve, to teach, and to make a difference. And yet, we show up. I have seen teachers who transform waste into wonder, turning a school's dump site into a place where children learn science through the soil. I have met educators who stay long after classes end, helping students design solutions to problems like plastic waste or hunger. There are mentors who open doors for others, even their own are barely open. Training young scientists, lighting paths they never walked themselves. Like them, I've faced moments of doubt when the weight of reports, meetings, and resource shortages made creativity feel like a luxury. But it was in those moments that I realized innovation is not born from abundance, but from persistence. I redesigned my courses so my students could learn with depth teachers, grounding every lesson in real struggles. Together, we built materials and digital tools that brought joy back into learning. Through iTech, I saw how ideas can ripple outward, students empowering teachers, and teachers transforming classrooms. That's when I understood. True learning happens when we step beyond our walls and into the lives of others. And this spirit of learning and service extends far beyond the classroom. Our soldiers and police officers face the same currents we do, demanding work, limited support, and the weight of responsibility. Yet they continue to teach in their own way. I've listened to stories of soldiers who risk their lives to train others in vigilance and courage, who choose compassion over conflict, rebuilding trust in war-torn communities, and who now guard our digital frontiers, proving that defense today is as much about wisdom as it is about strength. Our police officers, too, become teachers in their own right, mentoring the youth through sports and discipline, protecting the vulnerable from trafficking, and embracing technology to continue learning even in crisis. In each of them, I see the same quiet resolve I have witnessed among teachers, the will to serve despite scarcity, to hope amid exhaustion, and to keep believing that the smallest act of service done with integrity still changes lives. We come from different uniforms and institutions, but we share one calling: to serve with heart, to lead by example, and to keep faith that every small act of courage moves this nation forward. All these stories, whether from classrooms, camps, or command posts, speak of one truth: that nation building begins with learning, and learning thrives when there are compassion, creativity, and collaboration. Today, we share this honor not only with our families, mentors, colleagues, and students, but with every Filipino public servant who continues to persevere, those who teach, protect, and lead quietly, often without recognition, yet always with dedication. So once again, imagine being in that classroom of your least favorite subject. But this time, imagine a teacher or a soldier or a police officer given the time, trust, resources, and support they need to serve with purpose. What would that look like? I believe it would be a space alive with energy, filled with curiosity, hope, and pride. And so, I appeal to our government leaders here today. Let us make this imagination a reality. Let us give our teachers, soldiers, and police officers the gift of time to be creative, time to celebrate victories, time to pause and reflect, and yes, even time to rest. On behalf of the 2025 Metrobank Foundation Outstanding Filipinos, thank you for listening to our stories. May they inspire you and the next generation of public servants to continue building a nation where service is not merely performed, but lived, learned, and passed on. Maraming salamat po at mabuhay ang Pilipinas.
Thank you, Dr. Walad. To introduce our distinguished speaker, may we call on Department of Education Secretary Juan Edgardo M. Angara.
Ladies and gentlemen, the President of the Republic of the Philippines, His Excellency, President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr.
Thank you to our Education Secretary, Secretary Sani Angara. Please be seated. Our Interior and Local Government Secretary, Secretary John Vic Remulla, DBM Secretary Mina Pangandaman, the Armed Forces of the Philippines Chief of Staff General Romy Browner, Metrobank and Metrobank Foundation Incorporated Chairman Arthur T., GT Capital Holdings Incorporated Vice Chairman Alfred T., Metrobank Foundation Incorporated President Philip Francisco D., awardees of the Metrobank Foundation's Outstanding Filipinos and their families, my fellow workers in government, partners from the private sector, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. It is always with the greatest pride, honor, and pleasure that I honor the Metrobank Foundation Outstanding Filipinos every day, every year, and each time that we have these occasions. Because you are exemplary individuals who have gone the extra mile to transform lives, to uplift communities. Mga kababayan, ipinakita ninyo na ang tunay na paglilingkod sa bayan ay hindi nasusukat sa katayuan sa lipunan, kundi sa layuning maghatid ng pagbabago sa ating mga kababayan. Kayo ang muka ng bagong Pilipino, matapat, may panindigan, at buong pusong naghahatid ng serbisyo sa kapwa Pilipino. It is also fitting that this celebration coincides with the 40th year of the Metrobank Foundation Outstanding Filipinos program. Since its inception, this program has become a beacon of integrity and inspiration, proving that even at the most difficult times, there will always be Filipinos who remain committed to serving and leading with honor. This year's Outstanding Filipinos show us once again that service wears many faces, but is bound by one shared goal: to serve the community, to serve the country. Among our teachers, we honor Mr. Noel Cedinas, who turned a dump site into a classroom for indigenous learners. Well done. Thank you. Mr. Amando Perfecto Molin, whose programs in sustainability and acts of kindness inspired students across Southeast Asia by your teaching, bringing our culture to other peoples around the world. Dr. Maylene Uy, who pioneered natural products research in Mindanao. That is state-of-the-art. In a locality where you would not expect to find it. Dr. Angelo Walag, Mark Walag, who championed experiential learning and empowered teachers in underserved schools. By the way, Dr. Walag, that was a very fine speech, and Seksani, I think he was talking to the two of us when in his comments. Well noted, Doctor. Within the ranks of our soldiers, we recognize Underwater Operations First Class Andrew Anthony Turallo, whose courage helped reclaim communities from violent extremism. Colonel Ricky Canatoy, who rebuilt war-torn villages. Colonel Joey Fontiveros, whose leadership established the nation's first cyber battalion. Our policemen, we pay tribute to Police Master Sergeant Ivan Velasco, whose community-driven programs unite law enforcement and environmental protection, a combination that you would not expect, but that he made work. Police Major Elmira Relox, whose rescue and reintegration efforts have restored the dignity to countless women and children. And Police Colonel Frederick Obar, whose innovative reforms and digital learning systems have transformed the way our police serve and protect the public. Guro, sundalo, pulis. Anuman ang inyong propesyon o paraan ng paglilingkod, ipinapaalala ninyo na ang tunay na kadakilaan ay nasa serbisyo na may dangal at may katarungan. At a time when our nation faces many challenges that shake our people's trust in our institutions, your stories once again give us reason to believe in the goodness of our people. They remind us that integrity and excellence must be at the heart of the work that we all do. And so we confer these awards at a time when we also confront a difficult question, one that is not lost on any of us. Mapagkakatiwalaan ba ang pamahalaan? And to that I say, look at these men and women. In their service, you will find your answer. Because of them, we are reminded that hope is never lost, that integrity lives in our institutions, that honor still defines what it means to be a Filipino. Bawat tapat na guro, sundalo at pulis ay isang tagumpay laban sa katiwalian at pangungutya na sumasalot sa ating bansa. Kasama po kayo sa aming inspirasyon upang magsumikap na itama ang mga nagkagawiang mali sa gobyerno. Patuloy tayo sa paglilinis ng hanay ng pamahalaan upang matiyak na ang bawat opisyal, bawat lingkod bayan ay karapat-dapat sa tiwalang ibinibigay sa kanila ng taong bayan. Hindi madali ang laban na ito. Marami pa tayong haharapin. Marami pa tayong pagdadaanan. It will be hard, and sometimes it will be painful, but it will be worth it because we are fighting for what we are fighting for is a country that our children will inherit, that a nation that they can be proud of, that they can be proud to say, I am Filipino. Ito po ang ating bagong Pilipinas, kung saan ang katapatan ay hindi lamang hangarin, kung hindi isang pamantayan. As we strive towards this vision, we also acknowledge those who make it possible to celebrate the best in our nation. So we once again thank Metrobank Foundation and its partners in the private sector, PS Bank, Rotary Club of New Manila East, Rotary Club of Makati Metro, for honoring those who embody the best ideals of public service. Let us nurture hope, courage, and integrity among Filipinos so that our communities may flourish in this age of the Bagong Pilipinas. Once again, congratulations to all the awardees. Maraming salamat at mabuhay kayong lahat. Mabuhay ang Bagong Pilipinas.
Thank you, Mr. President. At this point, may we request the President to grant us a photo opportunity? May we call on stage Mr. Arthur T., Mr. Alfred T., Mr. Philip Francisco D., Mr. Aniceto Sobrepeña, and the 2025 Metrobank Foundation Outstanding Filipinos to join the President. May we also ask those who will be joining the photo in the succeeding sets to please stand by. Thank you. Next, may we call on Metrobank Foundation institutional and program partners. You may now proceed on stage. Metrobank Group senior officers, please stand by. Thank you. Metrobank Group senior officers, you may now proceed on stage.
Thank you, everyone. Please accede to your right. And that concludes our program. Thank you, Mr. President, for gracing this occasion. Thank you all for joining us in honoring the 2025 Metrobank Foundation Outstanding Filipinos and for celebrating Metrobank's